What's up, guys? Welcome back to Black Star Anime, the anime community's voice of reason. I'm Cody.
And I'm Manny.
And you're watching Let's Talk Anime. This edition of Let's Talk Anime, we're going to be covering the summer 2016 anime season. And this is our mid-season video of what we're still watching. So this episode of Let's Talk Anime is going to be a little different because this season is stacked.
Stacked season.
Absolutely max to the brim stacked season. So in this episode, we're only going to be talking about shows on Crunchyroll because we have a whole nother video about all the shows we're watching from Funimation.
And everything else.
That's how many shows there are this season.
There's a lot.
It's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So to start real quick, we're going to go over our drops. First thing on the drop list is Ange Vierge. You got these cute Samoa girls fighting machinery and aliens, and they have a rating system on how well you kill stuff that's trying to beat the planet. I was like, get out of here. Dropped it. Qualidea Code had a similar thing, a rating system, trying to beat aliens that are... I'm like, why do you need a rating system when people are trying to destroy the planet? Like, that defeats everything.
Yeah.
None of the characters were likable. They showed all the powers in the first episode. I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm. One that's kind of in limbo for me right now is the new Berserk anime. It's hard to say. I'm still watching it, but at the same time, if someone asked me, should I watch it, I would say no. And don't get me wrong, I like everything Berserk. I love the world. I love the fantasy behind it. I actually enjoyed a lot the Golden Age arc.
The movies were dope.
And this is not an anti-CG type thing. I've seen a lot of CG anime, some rougher than others. I've seen a lot of CG anime movies. But this is not executed well. Chop it up to a new studio type thing. It's just not, CG's not executed well. Some in-between story plot things were not transitioned well from the movies into this series. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not thoroughly impressed so far.
So next we have a category we're going to call Watch Later, which is essentially shows that we want to watch all in its completion, or that just might go in the queue for a later time in the year when we have more time to watch it.
Yep.
So first on the list is going to be This Our Club Has a Problem. The show's interesting. There's a little bit of tropes, but overall I like the characters. I get a few good laughs here and there. Some of the characters are a little bit annoying, so I'd rather watch that all at one time. And I'd like to see more of the problems in the art club, the small quirks each character has. It's decent. I want to watch the rest of it when it's all completed.
I kind of have similar feels to the next anime, Amanchu. It's not super interesting, but it is a interesting show because of its lightheartedness, laid-back feel of it at the very beginning. And then the reason I want to watch later is because the main character transitions a lot from like Muppet mode to normal animation mode. And I can't do that weekly on top of some other really, really good shows we're going to talk about in a second. So I'd rather just get all of her weirdness at once and then be done with it. I don't feel this is a multiple season type thing. And yeah, that's the main reason. I just want to get it done later on. It's not bad at the moment though.
Next on the list is Taboo-Tattoo. I have so many mixed emotions about this show.
Yeah.
I think that's really why I want to wait to watch it when it's done.
Yeah, to see what really is going to go on in the show.
I like what they're doing. I like the fights that are going on. I like the concept and the premise of what's going on. But it's so cliche that it's almost ruining it.
Yeah, literally in the first episode, you get a whole anime 101 intro to tropes in anime. Like, just in that first episode.
Yeah, you see them all the cliches are happening. So, I don't know, some of that turns me off a little bit, which might attribute to me wanting to watch it all in one go and not weekly, because I would get annoyed by it weekly.
Yep.
But yeah, I like the martial arts that they're doing, the animation that they're doing, the powers they got going on. Very cool stuff. So I can stomach it all in one go. I'll watch it when it's done. And next is Hitori no Shita, the Outcast. It's strange. I was telling Cody off camera, I've seen 4 episodes of this show, and I can't really tell you what the premise is.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's why it's on watch.
That's why it's on the watch later list. I want to see it when it's fully completed. But so far, the powers that they're showing, the characters that they're developing, they got a lot of good stuff going on. You got a guy who's trying to be kidnapped, and people who have powers that they're called outcasts, basically, trying to capture him. So why that's going on, no clue. We'll get to that eventually, but I like the general world that they're building. It's cool.
All right. Jumping into the good on the list, first one up, we have Alderamin on the Sky.
Yeah.
I like that this is an intelligent show. So it's not... So it's a military fantasy. Mm-hmm. But this is the way I would like military fantasy.
Yes.
I don't want, like, magical girls in school turning into Navy boats or something stupid like that. Like, I like what this is going. So the fantasy premise is the world. You know, you have
little spirits.
Yep, you have empires versus republics, and you have the soldiers and the knights and the generals in between. They have guns.
So,
but they're powered by sprites.
It's a nice
elemental
mix.
Sprites.
It's
so I'm like, you have the
nice
fantasy
mix.
with the military. It's dope.
It's so cool. The main character's uber intelligent.
He's a tactician essentially, and he's very aware. Yeah, he's aware of every variable within almost all situations, but he is so nonchalant and lazy about it. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to be a soldier. He just wants to relax.
That's just the job he's
That's it. He doesn't want to be a hero. He doesn't want to be a soldier. He doesn't want responsibility or anything like that. And by the end of the first episode, he has everything he doesn't want. He is a hero, noble soldier, and he's absolutely distraught about it. So that borderline got annoying for me, but at the same time, it's the driving force of the show.
Yeah.
He's so OP, but he's lazy.
But he's lazy.
Pretty good supporting cast so far. I think there's like 1 to 2 characters I wouldn't mind seeing more story behind them. They kind of show mostly 2 right now. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
No, I'm digging it. I can't wait till they develop the rest of the characters. Like you're saying. So next is Mob Psycho 100. Initially, I was very, very, very turned off. It's just based on the art style alone. When I remember when we watched the trailers, I was like, no. But after watching the first episode, I'm actually current on what it's at now. But after watching the first episode, the art style is not that off-putting.
No.
You get used to it. And it's actually a cool little world that they're building. I expected to see a lot more psychic powers. So far, they showed like a lot of ghosts and phenomenons going on that our main character, who's a psychic, goes and deals with. So we'll see if they get more into a lot more psychic powers. I'm waiting to see that kind of development, but overall, it's a good show. You got a lot of laughs. You got great powers. You get to see this mob kid just freak out when his powers go out of control. It's a great watch.
Yeah, I agree. And last one on our good list is New Game, which is, in a nutshell, a bunch of women making a video game.
That's
anime.
pretty much what it is. You got a girl literally graduated out of high school, got a job at a video game company. The only implausibility, really, that I was telling him off camera, that doesn't really happen.
No, it doesn't happen.
Nonetheless, though, it's cool. Like, this is a work-life type anime. It's her first day on the job. You see she's meeting her idol who created one of her video games. She's meeting all her senpai and all stuff. They have cool character set up. You have this one girl, she's like doing motions because she's on the like animation team, so she's physically doing them herself so she can see it. I got a few chuckles out of it. I want to see more on how it all develops. Overall, I'm loving the character development that they got going on and the group dynamic at the job. It looks like it's a cool company that they're working for. I want to see more of the game though, so I'm waiting to see that develop in the episodes. All right, so next we're gonna jump into the great anime so far. First on the list, 91 Days.
Yeah, this is a great show. I was so excited for this show. It is the standout show amongst a season filled with, pretty girls in anime or school life or some supernatural fantasy type things. Like,
you got a period piece.
Yeah, like this is a revenge story. And it's great.
Well, I was telling you off camera, one of the things that I really liked about this, it was so refreshing for me, is that there's a lot of masculine characters in this show. Mm-hmm. Like, off the bat, we have a lot of wimpy characters, main characters who are very pacifist. They don't want to fight. They're not very aggressive or assertive. And then a lot of female-led shows where they're all very cutesy and moe. And then you have this show where people are ready to punch you in the face just because you looked at them weird. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yes, I need that to counterbalance all the cutesy stuff. This was beautiful. Mm-hmm. Great quality show, too.
Mm-hmm. And it mostly has to deal with its setting. So you kind of have, like, the Western-style setting. It's Prohibition era. So, and you have mob families fighting against each other. And mob families will physically fight each other and kill each other. And you see this in the show. And it's so freaking good.
Yes.
And the main character, he's just... I feel that I can trust in this main character to achieve this revenge in a timely manner. I'm talking about you, Sasuke. It took too damn long. So excited for this show. Please watch it.
Watch this.
Next up, we have Days.
Yo.
All about that soccer.
Yo.
It's another sports anime. They're killing us.
Days is my jump off. I kid you not. After watching the first episode, I was violently angry that there was not a second episode out yet when I watched it. I was very upset. It was that good. I highly, highly recommend this show. There's just such a great team dynamic and a sense of responsibility that these characters are putting towards the team, towards playing soccer. And it's nice to see that our main character, he's basically bad at everything. The only thing he has going for him is determination. He's going to keep training until he gets better. Okay. And that's literally all he's got. He's going to keep going. And it's great to watch. This is like a true shonen. He's literally at 0. He's never played soccer before. Mm-hmm. And he's working his way up.
Nice.
Great to watch. Absolutely recommend it. So next on the great list we have Orange.
Man, I'm so indifferent with this because... Look, this is a school life drama, mystery, romance, love triangle, and you've heard that, you've seen genre. That. That's nothing new when it comes to anime. They're all like high school. They're all 16. I'm like, oh great. It's so good though. I truly care about these characters. I haven't cared about characters like this maybe since Your Lie in April.
Oh,
with the emotional ties.
That's a bold statement.
And it's because off the gate, the main mystery is the main character. She receives a letter from her future self 10 years in the future. And it's like outlining everything that's going on during her present 10 years in the past when she was 16 and some major, major issues. But at the same time, they show the future girl 10 years in the future and what ultimately happens. And I'm like, how are you going to make this more into an engaging mystery? And I think it's like episode 5 I think it's episode 5. They lay down like the scientific rule behind it. I was like, oh, it's great. It's great. It's great. And it's just like subtle twist. They'll throw in a little twist at the very end of the episode and you're completely pissed off, depressed. You have to wait another 7 days. And it's a show like that actually makes me want to care. Even when these characters are completely worried about some festival or something at school. And I'm like, come on. But it's good.
Nonetheless.
Watch it. Next up, we have ReLife.
Yeah. ReLife for me was a super surprise hit. Which is basically unheard of for Crunchyroll releasing it all at one shot.
Like, this is a
every
binger.
episode's out. So
it was a binger. Mm-hmm.
You can definitely binge watch it. I remember when we were getting ready for AFO, I was just going to watch like 2 or 3 episodes. And I ended up watching the whole thing in one night. Yep. Like, I just watched it all the way through.
ReLife is cool. The premise is pretty original, even though the setting is a school life anime. Mm-hmm. That this man, I think he was like 27, mm-hmm. and he was just had no job. He was essentially in need, and they were like, "Here's a pill. You're gonna look like you're 17, and you have to go back to school for a year in high school." And it's the ReLife program, and if you do it successfully, we'll find you a job and pay for your bills for that year. He's like, boom, popped it, done, let's go. And then when he did it, he's like, oh crap, what did I do? And you see him in high school and his mannerisms, like other kids are like, why are you talking like that? Like, we're the same age. What's wrong with you? So he's trying to adjust to that. He's trying to fight off like natural urges or I guess emotions for people in that age.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is chock full of life lessons.
Yo, there's so many life lessons in this show. It's great. It's a great watch. Yeah. Surprisingly great comedy. Like that's not why I was watching the show. But that's why I kept.
Yeah, watching. I was surprised I laughed that much.
Like I was watching it for the romance / concept, just to see where that goes.
It's very funny,
and the comedy kept blindsiding me. I was like, yes, this is so good.
And don't be disheartened like I was when you finish it and get super upset and try to flip everything.
There's gonna be more.
Yeah, there's gonna be more seasons. So watch it. And the last one on our list, and it's definitely not the least one, Sweetness and Lightning.
Yeah.
This show's fantastic.
This show's so good.
You have actually, he's not the main character. So you have...
Is he?
No, he's not. I would say he's not.
Tsurugi?
Yeah, I would say he's not. Maybe. So you have a single father. He's recently widowed. They tell you all this in like the first 5 minutes. And he has a little girl, I want to say she's like 4 or 5 or something.
She's like in kindergarten.
Yeah, maybe she's like in kindergarten. She's a bundle of energy and joy and kindness and everything you want from a little girl. And her hair is like down to her feet and it's just adorable.
Yeah.
And you see their day-to-day life. And it really comes down to that he makes a promise that he's going to do his best to cook her good food.
Yeah.
She really enjoys good food, home-cooked meals.
They miss the wife's cooking and she's not around anymore.
Yeah, the wife passed on.
Yeah, since the wife passed on. So yeah, that was his promise, is I'm going to do my best to make you feel like she used to. Mm-hmm. And, oh man, she's just the most adorable character I might have ever seen.
Oh yeah, she's really the catalyst for the whole show. She's driving it. Because she drives character development in her father and in the other girl, I forgot her name, who... he's a teacher, the father, at a high school, and one of his students, like, her parents own a restaurant, so he's like, we want to learn how to cook, let's all learn together. So you kind of see, I want to say a family dynamic type thing, but it's kind of like a family dynamic, and I mean, it's just great. I mean, it's lighthearted, it's sweet, it's funny.
Life lessons.
Some great looking food.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Like, the way that they show you how they're cooking, I feel like I can be in the kitchen making what they're making. Yep. Like, I was like, oh, that's how they make onions like that, chop them like that. Yep. Oh, you're literally giving you, like, the whole recipe. I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm actually learning something, too. Mm-hmm. Great.
While at the same time, just hitting you with some, like, feels and life lessons, so... It's overall a really good show.
Great show. Must watch.
Alright, guys, and that's going to do it for this episode of Let's Talk Anime. Our summer 2016 mid-season kind of impressions.
Yeah. Go ahead and give us a like if you liked this video. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't. And leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you're still watching from the Crunchyroll list. And what we should have talked about, or what you did like that we did talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot we missed. I mean, people are watching JoJo. They're watching Food Wars 2.
There's a lot.
There's a bunch of anime. We can't see everything.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. It really helps out the show, and you get updates for every video we do. And, of course, share this out with your friends so they can see what's good to watch on Crunchyroll for this summer 2016 anime season. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Let's Talk Anime.
Was nice, killing demons with a name sharper than a dagger knife. Cram school and trying to work for the Vatican. Richie better than every demon I'm battling. When me and my brother come, they start scattering. Cause I kill them all with ease like I'm a paladin.